I am Shoba Saji, Senior Vice President Human Resources with SIS Group. I joined the group in 2017. I've completed 7+ years here now, one of my longest tenure.
I'm Rahul Sinha, Deputy General Manager HRD, presently posted at SIS Corporate Office. I'm heading the Welfare Department as well as Head of HR for Recruitment and Training Division. I joined SIS on 7th December 1997, and this is 27 years in this organization.
I am Gopal Sinha. March 2007 was the date when I got an opportunity to become associated with this family, and since then, yes, I have been part of this family, enjoying each and everything with this organization.
I am Amit Bajaj. I am General Manager Human Resources. I am a part of Group HR team at SIS. I've been associated with SIS for 8 years now. In my current capacity, while I manage human resources for SMC, RARE, and One SIS, there are other various strategic HR related projects that I manage for SIS.
To describe my journey so far, I mean, if I have to use a word to describe my journey, I would say it's been fantabulous and phenomenal. There's not a dull day. There's not a day when you're not solving a problem or facing a challenge. It keeps you going. I mean, you don't have time to think anything else, but you just feel excited and happy that you're supporting your business, and it's the run always that keeps us excited and motivated, I guess. So, I spent large part of my career in ITSs and manufacturing industry before coming to FMI and security, and I was really amazed at how large this industry is, and the opportunity for a professional like me to come contribute and help in the growth of the transformation of the business. I've really been super excited to be part of the growth story of both DTSS and SIS. As a role, of course, I look after HR and L&D and compliance in DTSS, and also unique, which is part of my portfolio now. Plus, I am part of the group HR committee. I like the whole concept of group HR committee. It is mentored by the group managing director and led by our CEO. But the uniqueness of this committee, the shared leadership, each of the committee member represents different organization within the group, and we bring our problems and we try to find solutions together, and it's most consensus based solution. So, all the initiatives that you see in terms of policy changes, tools, the things that we have newly introduced within the organization is thanks to the group HR committee. So, I think that that's one of the powerful forum that we have, and we should grow and mature it. I would love to continue to grow and mature it. So, if I have to talk about my journey in the company, I would say it has been very exciting and very humbling, because I have fantastic colleagues. I lead HR for DTSS. I work with my senior leadership team in DTSS, and where my thoughts and my ideas are respected, and that gives me a lot of motivation to also present myself in the larger organization. As part of the group HR committee and one of the maybe oldest in the HR committee as well, I get respected by my colleagues and they look up to my experience, I guess.
Naukri.com के थ्रू अप्लाई किया था और पोजीशन था रिक्रूटमेंट एंड ट्रेनिंग मैनेजर, एंड उस समय मुझको नहीं पता था कि यहाँ पर रिक्रूटमेंट एंड ट्रेनिंग एक सेपरेट विंग है, और मैं एज अ स्टूडेंट ऑफ एचआर मैं ये समझता था कि ये नॉर्मल एचआर का जो रिक्रूटमेंट एंड ट्रेनिंग का प्रोफाइल होगा उसके लिए था. बट रत्ना मैडम कोऑर्डिनेट कर रही थी इंटरव्यू के लिए. फरवरी से लेकर मेरे डेट ऑफ ज्वाइनिंग तक मेरे 3 राउंड ऑफ इंटरेक्शन हुए, एंड आई कंसिडर माई सेल्फ फॉर्चुनेट इनफ दैट 2 राउंड में मेरा मुलाकात या मेरा इंटरव्यू चेयरमैन ने, डायरेक्टर फाइनेंस, उस समय एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर फाइनेंस हुआ करते थे, उन्होंने, एंड जीएमडी जो 2007 में प्रेसिडेंट हुआ करते थे, उन्होंने लिया। फाइनल इंटरव्यू में उदय सर जो CEO हुआ करते थे, ड्यूरिंग इंटरव्यू एक चीज़ बोला गया कि देखो यहाँ पर आने में एक चीज़ सोच के आना, डोंट लुक फॉर शॉर्ट टर्म असाइनमेंट, डोंट लुक फॉर शॉर्ट टर्म कमिटमेंट। आना तो एक एटलीस्ट फॉर 3-4 साल के लिए सोच के आना मिनिमम। मौका मिला। 6 मार्च 2007 वॉज द डेट जब मैं ज्वाइन किया SIS। इंटरव्यू के लिए जब मैं गया तो एक उस समय ऑफिस हुआ करता था CC28 नेहरू एनक्लेव में, एक वेटिंग लॉन्च हुआ करता था, वहाँ पे बैठा मित्रा जी जो अभी भी आप देखे होंगे यहाँ पर हैं, तो उन्होंने पूछा सर आप क्या खाएंगे, तो ये इंटरव्यू के टाइम पे क्या खाएंगे अच्छा लगा। और थोड़ा अजीब भी कि नॉर्मली इंटरव्यू के टाइम पे आपको कोई लंच ऑफर जल्दी नहीं करता है, और ये आप कैसे ये कनेक्टेड है। फिर ऑफिस बहुत बड़ा नहीं था तो आपको सुनाई देता था अंदर क्या बातचीत चल रहा है। तो एक लेडी का आवाज़ आता है कि मैडम आज इतना तारीख है और अभी तक सैलरी नहीं आया, मेरे अकाउंट में इतना पैसा बचा हुआ है। तो वहीं पे फिर रत्ना मैडम बोलते धीरे बोलो, बाहर कोई इंटरव्यू के लिए बैठा हुआ है। एज एन इंटरव्यू ही आपको लगेगा कि अरे यार ये क्या। फिर इस चीज़ को आप बाद में कनेक्ट करोगे कि कैसे लास्ट ऑफ द मंथ में लोगों को सैलरी नहीं है, उसके बाद भी कमिटमेंट में कोई कमी नहीं है। ज्वाइनिंग हुआ। ज्वाइनिंग होने के बाद इनिशियल फेज में HR का रोल क्या होगा मेरे लिए, मुझे जब गढ़वा भेजा गया कि GTO बैच की ट्रेनिंग के लिए, मैं कभी NCC में या डिफेंस बैकग्राउंड से था नहीं, मेरे लिए बिल्कुल अलग माहौल था। एज एन HR प्रोफेशनल बोलूँ या एज एन HR स्टूडेंट बोलूँ, 2007 में ज्वाइन किया, 8 में मौका मिला कि ESOP क्या होता है, ESOP स्कीम क्या होती है, उसको जानने का, सीखने का। ट्रेनिंग कैलेंडर कैसे बनाया जाता है, ट्रेनिंग कैलेंडर कैसे इम्प्लीमेंट होता है। हम लोग ट्रेनिंग पढ़ते थे, सुनते थे, समझते थे, लेकिन ट्रेनिंग इतना पावरफुल होता है कि आज SIS का जो रीजन है, जो 150 करोड़ से लेकर 350 करोड़ का एनुअल टर्नओवर मैनेज कर रहा है, उस रेवेन्यू या उस प्रॉफिट सेंटर का हेड किसी B स्कूल से पढ़ के नहीं आया। ये यहीं के ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम, यहीं के ट्रेनिंग कॉन्सेप्ट का रिजल्ट है, जो बोला जाता है कि केवल ग्रेजुएशन करके आए लोग आज 350 करोड़ 400 करोड़ का बिजनेस चला रहे हैं। बहुत सारी कंपनी B स्कूल्स, अच्छे B स्कूल से लोगों को हायर करती है।
I had been attracted to SIS and in way back in 97 when I saw a newspaper advertisement which carried the requirement of for candidates who are good in sports, NCC, and since I was NCC C certificate holder and I got attracted to that, and since my father was also in Air Force, I had liking for uniform services. I did try for CDS exams. Unfortunately, I didn't qualify in the final interviews, though I thought this was an opportunity to again get into this informed services through SIS. So I took this opportunity. I qualified as if in the initial preliminary test. I got second rank all over India, and then got into the training. And this was a 6 months training, 3 months basic and 3 months instructional training. And in that also I topped the batch and got Renu Motto Award. And after this, I got an opportunity to serve South India. My first posting was in Bangalore in 1998, and as assistant manager operations there, I got opportunity to have a insight about the marketing and all, because earlier exposure was not there for me. And the first unit I got was Jindal Praxia with the help of my regional controller, Mr. Harindran. And then the second unit we got was Presidency School in Bangalore, and the third one was the Jindal Vijayanagar Steel Plant, and then we got a major unit in ISP Bellary. These were the units where I participated along with my seniors, and we got the contracts. That gave me confidence as far as the marketing of the services of security as And in the same period, we got the opportunity to implement ISO 9001 in 1998, and South India, we had the first certification, and in that I had opportunity to type down the manual, ISO manual also. So that was a great instance and achievement for me. And our consultant that time was Mr. Uday Singh, who later on joined SIS as our group CEO, and then was a group CEO also. So, and thereafter, after serving as in operations, I got opportunity to command a unit in Chennai also. That was OCF Avdi, and then raised a unit as IIT Gindi, and then settled at the Research Institute in Chennai. Then I was again called back to Bangalore and had a brief stint at Pune also, along with Mr. Narayan Lenka sir, who is present CEO. I took charge of that unit where he was serving, and then I got opportunity to go to Delhi and then to Gurgaon, and was a unit commander for DLF Golf Resorts, and then again back to Delhi region in operations, and then got into the business development at Goa as assistant branch manager, and from there I was transferred to Patna, and there a lot of varied roles I had to play. It was first to design the compile the content for training material for the guards and the officers, which we compiled so that we can publish a book for the future courses. And thereafter I got stint in personal department also. That time it was under the operation and administration. And from there, I was finally given a role to head the personal department, which was further renamed in 2004 as HRD department. I headed that. And from there, my stay was there in Patna headquarters that time for almost 12 years, and from 2001 to 2012. And then again, I got transferred to Bangalore as staff officer to the CEO of Uday Singh sir again, and also headed the HR of SMC, that Service Master Clean. And there we got the opportunity to groom the GMTs also. And initially, I had a stint with GMT recruitment also in 2009, when the management had decided to have a GMT career in SMC also, which was a subsidiary company, similar to in line with the GTOs, wherein the QR was hotel management graduates, and we focused on IHM, and IHM Hajipur was the first institute where we visited, and from there IIBM in Patna, and then other IHMs like IHM Lucknow, IHM Gwalior, IHM Bhopal, IHM Chennai, and likewise different other hotel management institutes were also explored for getting good candidates, and thereby we developed a good cadre for GMTs also. Probably 15 batches have already passed out, 16th is being recruited or probably in the training, I think so. And in GTO also, I joined in 8th batch, and now 40th batch is being recruited under process. So I have been associated with the GTO cadre courses as a faculty, and in that moment got interaction with the GTO career people. Most of the people who are being interviewed with respect to GTO have been my students also. So it is nice to connect with them as in the training academy as a faculty, and then through HR stream I'm able to connect with them, those who are in operations and admin, and they have risen to highest ranks in the company. So as a GTO, I'm feeling proud that GTO has lived up to the expectations of the management, and they have progressed in every manner with respect to their own self-development, as well as company has also.
It's been a very exciting and insightful journey with SIS. I joined SIS almost 8 years back. At that point of a time, there was a mixed portfolio that was assigned to me, which was a combination of facility management and emerging companies, which included, SMC, Rare, and few of the tech companies. However, over the period of last 8 years, my portfolio has evolved a lot. While I'm currently managing all the human resources function in teams for SMC, Rare, and 1SIR. There are various group level strategic projects that I also manage. What was most close to my heart was the COVID time, the COVID vaccination project that we embarked upon under the leadership of Group MD and CEO sir. The task assigned to us was to get everyone vaccinated. It was a huge task, considering, the shortage of time and, gathering all the teams. But then eventually, after close to 1 year of very consistent effort and very, very strong direction given by Group MD and CEO, sir, we were able to accomplish 5.5 lakh vaccinations in a span of 1 year. I think within the corporate world, particularly in India, I don't think any organization was able to accomplish that. Other than this, I think SIS has got great places to work, top rankings 3 years. I think all the HR teams have worked incredibly hard to achieve that feat. So that is one of the highest point of our career, with SIS so far.
सेंसिटिविटी का एक बहुत बड़ा एग्जाम्पल आपको दिखे। हम लोग यहाँ बोलते हैं कि आपत्काल परखिए चारी धीरज धर्म मित्र और नारी। उस समय कॉरपोरेट का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं होगा तो उसका नाम नहीं आया। हम लोगों ने जो वर्स्ट फेज़ अपने करियर का, अपने लाइफ का देखा होगा वो 2020-21 जो कोविड का टाइम हम लोग बोलते हैं। 3 मार्च अगर डेट गलत नहीं कर रहा हूँ तो हम लोग आगरा से सेल्स कॉन्फ्रेंस ख़त्म करके दिल्ली आए और उस समय कोविड के केसेस इंडिया में, इनफैक्ट जिस होटल में वहाँ से ही 6 केस डायग्नोज हुए थे। जो पहला मीटिंग कॉर्पोरेट में होता है उसमें एक चीज़ बोला जाता है कि द फर्स्ट थिंग विच वी ऑल हैव टू एंश्योर इज़ वी हैव टू कीप आवर पीपल सेफ। आदमी सेफ रखना है हमको, उसके बाद हमको बिजनेस में ध्यान देना है। सेंसिटिविटी का इससे बड़ा एग्जाम्पल क्या मिलेगा? यस, हम लोगों ने वेल बिफोर टाइम बिजनेस कंटिन्यूटी प्लान, चूँकि वी आर केटरिंग टू कस्टमर्स, वी कैन नॉट लीव देम विदाउट प्लेसिंग आवर मैन देयर, बट इतने भी वल्नरेबल एम्प्लॉयज़ थे, इर्रेस्पेक्टिव ऑफ रोल, इर्रेस्पेक्टिव ऑफ डेजिग्नेशन। उनको रिक्वेस्ट किया कि इट इज़ बेटर कि आप ऑफिस में रहो, कंपनी विल टेक केयर ऑफ योर नीड्स। That was the time when most of the many organizations used this opportunity अपना कॉस्ट कट करने के लिए, हेड काउंट घटाने में, सैलरी घटाने में। हमारे यहाँ बोला जाता है कि आदमी बचाओ, कस्टमर को सेव करो, बिजनेस उसके बाद किसी भी सूरत में हमको एम्प्लॉय की सैलरी में हाथ ना लगाना पड़े। That was the instruction given to HR. Unfortunately, we lost 79 of our teammates. Unfortunate उसे, लेकिन हाँ, परिवार को अपने लाइवलीहुड में दिक्कत नहीं आए उसके लिए कंपनी ने हर एक ऐसे केसेस में जहाँ पे वी लॉस्ट द ब्रेड अर्नर, उसकी फैमिली का लाइफ फाइनेंशियल क्रंच में ना आए, उसके बच्चों के एजुकेशन पे फ़र्क नहीं पड़े, डेली ग्रॉसरी पे फ़र्क नहीं पड़े, हर एक को एक अमाउंट उसके अकाउंट में इस इंटेंशन के साथ कि हम आदमी वापस नहीं ला सकें, आपका लाइवलीहुड ठीक से चले। ये सेंसिटिविटी नहीं है। कितनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ये देखने को मिला?
I think the crowning glory of SIS is the supreme and visionary leadership. Because you see a true leadership at times of crisis. 2020 was a time when our leadership stood up and showed that what we really mean when we say people culture and we are a people driven organization. There are many poor examples around in the industry at that time, cutting jobs, cutting increments, cutting incentives. We actually were one of the companies where we rolled out advances to people so that they could buy their groceries and run their homes. So that's how granular our leadership thinks. And if I would remember those days, during the COVID, we actually had a war room. I think we never spoke business during those 12 months. We were only speaking on safety of people. So actually a lot of companies say people first, and I think we demonstrated it during the COVID that we are really a people first company. We put people really in the middle of everything else and we put everything else secondary, and that's I think amazing as a culture that we have and what we believe and what we demonstrate within the within the company, and that's for rest of the people in the market to learn from us, I would say. So COVID pandemic was definitely a surprise for everybody globally and in India for us. I think we overcame that supremely because of our structured approach, in our belief in our last mile team to execute the plans that we had put. We had to teach employees right from washing their hands to wearing the mask. Our people live in communities where they are prone to infection and risk. We identified comorbidities, we moved people around from the high risk environment to low risk environment. I think the whole system went into a whole relief, or a structure where even if an oxygen cylinder was required in Bombay, we could fetch it from Hyderabad. So, I think the overall the structure, the method that we went with, and the ability to vaccinate 2 lakh plus employees in a record time is something only SIS could do, I guess. I don't think any other company has done phenomenally like us, with the kind of population that we have, where you have to educate, mobilize and inspire people to go and do what they have to do. I think we did that fantabulously, thanks to the culture, family culture we have, thanks to the leadership that we have, and thanks to the entrepreneur, the ownership that people have, that they have to do this for the company. I think that was phenomenal for us. Our initiatives did not just stop with vaccination. I remember that one of the colleagues of ours needed remdesivir and it was not available in Bangalore. We looked at it in Bombay, we looked at it in Hyderabad. There are people spread across the country who was willing to get it and ship it to us in Bangalore. So, there are so many stories like this of people needing bed, people needing oxygen being procured, remdesivir being procured during the COVID time. We were able to infuse the whole urgency and the culture of care. I think that comes from our strong DNA of being a family and oriented organization where we care for people, and our concern was supreme. And I think if we look at the statistics, we beat the morbidity of the country and the mortality rate in the country because of all the initiatives that we have taken here, thanks to our leadership.
आदमी SIS परिवार के सदस्य को पॉजिटिव डिक्लेयर होता था तो हम लोग को इंस्ट्रक्शन था कि उससे पर्सनली बात करो। को कुछ भी नहीं पता था कोविड के बारे में, केवल एक ही चीज़ प्रिवेल करती थी पूरे माहौल में, वो था डर। उससे बात करके केवल इतना ही समझाना होता था कि मस्त रहो, ठीक हो जाएगा और तुम बिल्कुल ठीक होके निकलोगे। और जितने भी लोगों को हुआ, काफ़ी लोग ठीक होके निकले भी। लेकिन सबसे बड़ा चिंता क्या रहता है कि अगर मैं मिनिमम वेज से गवर्न एम्प्लॉई हूँ, अगर मैं 6 दिन 10 दिन बैठ जाऊँगा तो मेरा घर कैसे चलेगा। अगर मुझे कोविड हुआ तो मैं अगर सिक्योरिटी गार्ड हूँ तो सबसे पहले कंपनी ने इंश्योर किया कि मेरे परिवार वालों को तुरंत राशन मिल जाए, ताकि अगर मैं अर्न कर रहा हूँ तो कौन लाएगा, किसी दूसरे को नहीं है। उसको एक मुश्त 10,000 रुपये इसलिए कि आप कम से कम अपना रोज़मर्रा का ज़रूरत फॉर नेक्स्ट फ्यू डेज़ आप पूरा कर लीजिए। वो टाइम जहाँ पे लोग सैलरी कट का सोच रहे थे, ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन लोगों को ऐसे हेल्प कर रहा था। हम लोग मोर देन 4.5 लाख डोज, 2 डोज थी, 2.28 लाख फर्स्ट वन और सेकेंड डोज अक्रॉस इंडिया, अक्रॉस SBUs। मैनेजमेंट लोगों के अंदर एक ये कॉन्फिडेंस देना पहले ज़रूरी था कि वैक्सीनेशन सेफ है। सो दोज हु आर एट लीडरशिप रोल, दे गॉट इट फर्स्ट, ताकि देखो सेफ है, तुम भी ले सकते हो। देन टास्क वॉज असाइंड टू ईच, सब काम छोड़ो, बिजनेस में बाद में फोकस होगा। सबसे पहले एक एक आदमी को आप वैक्सीन लगवाओ। और बहुत आसान काम नहीं था कि आप हॉस्पिटल कोऑर्डिनेट करो, आप आदमी से कोऑर्डिनेट करो, इंश्योर करो कि आदमी जाए, इंश्योर करो कि उसको डोज लगाए तो कोविशील्ड लगाए, कोवैक्सीन लगाए। फिर उसको जब सेकेंड डोज ड्यू होता है तो आपको सेकेंड डोज में फिर उसको पुश करके सेकेंड डोज आप उसको दिलवाओ। ऑल इट हैपेंड बिकॉज हर हफ्ते इसका एक कॉल चलता था। बिजनेस रिव्यूज़ आपने सुने होंगे, हर हफ्ते मंडे को इसका कॉल चलता था कि जोन वाइज कितने एम्प्लॉयज़ हैं, जोन वाइज कितने एम्प्लॉयज़ को डोज लग गया, क्यों नहीं लगा। और उसमें HR फैसिलिटेटर था, और HR में भी सौरभ, सजीत, रजनीश, अमित बजाज, दे वर द वंस हु वर एक्चुअली इंस्ट्रूमेंटल इन मेंटेनिंग ट्रैक एंड रिकॉर्ड। बट ग्राउंड लेवल पे हमारे एरिया ऑफिसर्स कोऑर्डिनेट कर रहे थे हॉस्पिटल्स के साथ, ग्राउंड लेवल पे ब्रांच हेड कोऑर्डिनेट कर रहे थे, रीजनल हेड कोऑर्डिनेट कर रहे थे। एंड अगेन एक परिवार की सुरक्षा की बात थी, परिवार में सब लोगों ने इंश्योर किया और विद इन शॉर्टेस्ट पॉसिबल टाइम वी वर एबल टू वैक्सीनेट ईच वन ऑफ आवर एम्प्लॉयज़. वी वर थोड़ा सा फॉर्चुनेट कि हम लोगों को एक एसेंशियल सर्विसेज में हम लोगों ने अपने आप को रिकॉग्नाइज करवा लिया था, बिकॉज जिस समय मूवमेंट बंद थे आवर पीपल वर अलाउड, क्योंकि हॉस्पिटल में अगर पेशेंट का स्ट्रेचर लेके जाना है तो वो सिक्योरिटी गार्ड और वार्ड बॉय दोनों जगह पर ही हमारे लोग. पैसा आपको चाहिए तो हमारी कैश सर्विसेज. सो वहाँ पे हमको एक एसेंशियल सर्विसेज में रिकग्नाइज होने का फ़ायदा मिला. बट स्टिल जब रिसोर्सेज कम हों और जो डिमांड ज़्यादा हो तो वो चैलेंज तो रहता था. दूसरा, किस हॉस्पिटल से कोऑर्डिनेट करना, हॉस्पिटल से कोऑर्डिनेट करा, पता लगा वहाँ पे वैक्सीन ख़त्म हो गई, तो अब नेक्स्ट डोज कब आएगी. जो इंडिविजुअल है वो पहले लगवाने को तैयार नहीं, तो उसको किसी तरीके से समझा के उसको ला के लगवाना. लगवाया तो बताया नहीं, बताया तो सर्टिफिकेट कहाँ है, तो उसका सर्टिफिकेट मंगवाना. सो यस, चैलेंजिंग था, बट इट वाज अ टीम वर्क. इट वाज अ टीम वर्क. और business team, HR team, we all worked as a joint team, joint effort. तो result भी हम लोग को उसका मिला.
COVID-19 challenge was unprecedented. No one was prepared, and no one obviously anticipated, that it can be so much, it can cause such a huge damage to the country, to its people, and to its economy. But I think what is worth noting here is that the way we, responded to the challenge under GMD sir's direction, we gathered all the teams, even to the lowest level, made everyone accessible and approachable. So SIS was an essential services provider, so we had no choice or luxury like other teams, to work from home. Our teams, our staff, our people was there in the field all the time, so obviously the chances of risk or exposure to the COVID infection were much higher for us, but the teams responded well enough. We've provided PPE kits for every staff at a very, very short notice. All the essential medical services were at short. The COVID vaccination project was launched within no time, and people, gathered in one voice, to respond to that project and get themselves vaccinated. I think COVID-19 was an exemplary experience of what strong management and what strong teamwork can do. They can literally move mountains. And I think that was the reason, that while we could continue with our operations and business successfully, supported customers very well, which they acknowledged too. And I think there was a minimum damage caused to employees in any form. So I think that was a great experience for SIS Group and for us as an HR team. Time, as I said, was unprecedented. When the COVID wave first struck in 2020, the first reaction or the first response by the government of India was a lockdown. I'm pretty sure, none of us knew what lockdown was about. We have not been taught about lockdown in school. Our parents have never been through a pandemic, so no one had any clue. So you are certainly locked down in your work, while at the same time, you have the responsibility of running the company. How does that happen? That was the first challenge that we had to overcome. So, an entire team was created, technology framework was created, so that we are always connected. That is number one. Number two, I think when you're managing such a large company, people are supposed to be scared, which they were, because this was a matter of their lives. The infection was spreading. There were news coming in, that certain people had lost their lives too. Unfortunately, at SIS, it did not happen initially. But what was important was that people were given comfort. Now, what were the things that we did? One thing most remarkable, which I can never forget in my life, is our management decision, to give an advance of, I think, 10,000 rupees to each billable staff, sending ration kits to the people in need, creating QRT vans out of our fleet so that, the medical supplies, oxygen, reaches all the people whomsoever they need. So that was one thing which at least I never could imagine, we could do this. But then that showed our strength and power. And above all, our absolutely, a magnificent intent, that what all we can do for employees and what all can we do for our country in times of need. COVID time was no less than a war time. Right? We were fighting against nature at that point of a time. So we did all these things. There were various kinds of supports that we were providing on the front end, which I just mentioned. We were taking care of employees' benefits in the form of ESI or any other medical support which government was extending. Each and every employee was connected by their leader. So there were daily reports coming into us, from all the corners of the country about the well-being of our staff and how we are taking care of our customers. And it is worth noting, that's the kind of commitment our workforce showed was remarkable and truly, truly outstanding. I mean, it is a case study in itself. The phase two was, unfortunately, when the COVID spread a lot more. I think the wave which came in 2021 was even severe. However, luckily at that point of a time, the vaccine development had already started and, the vaccination project had started. We were first given a task, to complete 20,000 vaccinations and see, how does that really work. We did that very well. And then our confidence, when it grew, we had the direction and single command from group management, to get everyone vaccinated, right? So we scaled up this entire operation, covered everyone. From 20,000, we went to 50,000, 50,000 to 1 lakh, 1 lakh to 2.5 lakhs. And then the second vaccination shot came, which was again made mandatory. So we didn't stop at one vaccination. We did 2 vaccinations. And not to forget, we did not just even cover staff, we covered their families too. Our vendors, our suppliers, our customers, not to forget all of them, the kind of effort that had gone into all this. I think it was a very, very focused, concentrated effort under remarkable leadership of Group MD and CEO, sir, that, was adequately supported by all our line managers and leaders. So the entire company with one intent was working in one goal, to keep the company running, let it not fail, not let our customers fail, and keep every employee safe. I think there were series of communications that were being released. I was personally overseeing all these communications too. So every day, 2-3 communications would go out. There were internal, incentive that we had actually launched, for people to, get the vaccination done within the time frame. So from a level of an area officer, unit commander, branch head, senior branch head, an RVP, a zonal head, or an SBU head, everyone was involved. So I think this, teamwork across the company, that led to this entire thing being managed very, very well with a very, very minimal or negligible damage to the company. So, that was something which was extraordinary.
The industry that we are in, we know it's fenced, it's got limited talent. So a lot of our effort is in growing talent organically and internally. Our programs are structured right from from a janitor or security guard can start and go all the way up to becoming a president of the company. We have a lot of success stories within our different group companies in terms of how people have had the opportunity to learn and move up the career ladders. So we can talk about, we talk about UDAN, we talk about Emerge, LEAP is a career transition program for branch heads. Then we do a lot of MDP interventions for our senior leadership employees. The overall, I think our L&D structure is to ensure that people gain the competencies required, which is required as per our phase of growth and what the market requires, plus what they need personally to grow into their next career levels, right. And 80% of our positions are filled internally through, if you look at it, most of our positions are filled internally. So which talks about organic opportunities within the company.
बहुत सारी कंपनी 20 स्कूल्स, अच्छे 20 स्कूल से लोगों को हायर करती है. हम लोग बोलते हैं लॉ ऑफ इंडिविजुअल डिफरेंसेस कि नो टू इंडिविजुअल्स आर सेम. यहाँ पे आके देखा, यस दिस कॉन्सेप्ट इज ट्रू, नो टू इंडिविजुअल्स आर सेम, एंड दैट इज़ वाई यहाँ पे बोलते हैं नो वन इज़ रिडंडेंट. अगर कोई रिडंडेंट है तो ये मेरी गलती है, हमारी गलती है कि हम उसको सही जगह पे प्लेस नहीं कर पाए. सिंस नोबडी इज़ रिडंडेंट, यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई द राइट स्लॉट फॉर हिम, यू हैव टू इक्विप देम with the right kind of training आप देखिए लोग कैसे परफॉर्म करते हैं। आज कौन सा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन होगा जहाँ पर एक कंप्यूटर में डेटा एंट्री ऑपरेटर से ज्वाइन करने वाला आदमी एक सेल्स को रन करे, इंडिविजुअली इंडिपेंडेंटली एक सेल्स वर्टिकल को रन करे। केवल रन नहीं करे, मैंने तो पिछले 17 साल में हमेशा देखा है कि साल दर साल 100% अपना टारगेट मीट कर रहा है। एंड इट इज़ जस्ट आपने ट्रस्ट शो किया सामने वाले पे, आपने पोटेंशियल आइडेंटिफाई किया सामने वाले का, आपने रिक्वायर्ड इनपुट दिया सामने वाले को, एंड इन रिटर्न यू आर गेटिंग व्हाट वाज एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रॉम दैट रोल। और ये ट्रेनिंग शुरू हम लोग का जीटीओ, हम लोग के गार्ड, हम लोग के नॉन बिलिंग एम्प्लॉय, और आज की तारीख में रियलाइजिंग द नीड, हम अपने इसको बेस्ट बी स्कूल्स जो IIMs, वहाँ पर भी हम लोग ट्रेनिंग के लिए भेज रहे हैं। तो दिस इज़ हाउ ट्रेनिंग ग्रेजुएटेड हमारे यहाँ की। एक गार्ड, एक आदमी और दूसरे आदमी के बीच का जो द ओनली डिफरेंशिएटर इज़ ट्रेनिंग, और वो ट्रेनिंग का नीड इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने राइट फ्रॉम द डे वन आइडेंटिफाई करके और स्टेप बाय स्टेप, रोल बाय रोल, टाइम टू टाइम इनकॉर्पोरेट किया।
GTO being a backbone for operations, at it is perceived being an operation people, because most of the GTOs are simple graduates. They are not MBAs, but later on we started recruiting MBAs, the engineers, and all. And now the competition is much tougher as far as the initial recruitment is concerned. Though the training has eased out compared to the earlier period where we had more focus on the physical training, physical strength, especially focused on the sturdiness of the trainees. We had a lot of martial arts and other fitness regime was there apart from the academic classes, and the faculties were very good. Like Renu Matu himself used to come. She's an XLRI faculty. We got a good communication skill through and presentation skills as well, apart from the security skills from different other faculties from outside the company also. And internal faculties helped us in getting insight of the various situations that as a security officer we had to face with respect to the managing police licensing, the mob control. Some of the times we had there were some unfortunate incidents also where we lost our people also. Still the confidence that company is behind us and we are there to service our customers so that we can grow as well as the company can grow. And that's how we all have a loyalty towards the organization, and we have maintained that. And to career of SIS is unique in a way that it gives an overall development of a personality of an individual. There is adventure into it, there is academics into it, and a lot of activities that makes you interact with your subordinate juniors, and where you are taking care of your people. And when you have an interpersonal relationship with your people around you, especially your juniors who have a lot of issues, they may be economically not that much sound, and they may be facing a lot of personal problems also. In that moment, being an officer, you are able to interact with them and act as a elder brother to them. This helps us grow as an officer, because having a position doesn't mean that you have become an officer unless until you are able to serve the people for whom you are going to command. So for commanding that position, you have to have that heart to take care of them, so that they also have faith in you, and they also are upgraded or they are upskilled by your efforts. And if they get promoted, you also get promoted, because it is the people from the ground who makes you an officer and makes you a leader. And that's how we feel that taking care of your people help in developing a good officer, as well as the company is also benefited. So we started recruiting in the year 2009. Initially in January, February, and we rolled out the first batch in May 2009. and GMT batch has been successful because from the first batch people had risen to one of the top positions like VPs, and others are in a branch head and senior branch head level and regional managers also. So GMT batch has also developed in a similar manner, and they have been backbone to the operations of the SMC business development, and they have also grown by leaps and bounds, and they are one of the top companies in facility management. So and we had given this program to our new companies also, which we acquired, like DTSS Rare, where we shared the our GMTs with them so that they also have a feel of the GMT's capabilities. And I think the uniqueness of GTO program is that you are attached to the ground because you serve at the junior most level, and you are made to understand the requirements of the junior level people who stand guard at different places in all weather conditions. And if you can understand them or relate to them, you will be able to excel in your excel as an officer, because it is the people who are going to deliver.
SIS has training as a part of its culture, as a part of its ecosystem. Our focus on training is uncomparable to any other private sector employer. However, being a very large private sector employer employing more than 2.5 lakh people, it's not easy to train. What we do at SIS is that there is a very, very strong training plan, which primarily focuses on skill development. The skill development is targeted to both the billing and the non-billing workforce. There are automated platforms in which, through which these employees will have to get themselves trained. There are dedicated training teams and training officers, who are selected with a lot of rigor. And we particularly ensure, that trainings are being done at every site almost on a daily basis. So SIS being, one of the biggest manpower employers in the country, we are in a skill development business too. So there is a lot of focus on developing skills of employees, whether there are hard skills or soft skills. But everyone has to undergo a lot of trainings, a lot of workshops. So the message is usually very simple, either the people are there in the field or they are getting themselves trained. And that is one objective which HR team also drives with. So training and skill development is always a part of our core philosophy at SIS.
उसको लगता है कि yes, this is one of the best place to work with, one of the best place to work for, and that could be one of the major reason why कि great place to work जो एक organization है जो certify करती है organizations को कि they are the ones who are known as great place to work, because we practice what we commit. And chairman का एक slogan, एक take care of people, they take care of your business, is the reason why we are being ranked amongst great place to work. People oft heard of being asked कि SIS में क्या है जो दूसरी जगह नहीं है. So SIS का कैरेक्टर है जो इसके कल्चर में रिफ्लेक्ट होता है, वो दूसरी जगह नहीं है. SIS was never conceptualized as a business organization. मैंने सुना है. SIS was conceptualized as a rehabilitation center, जो 1971 में इंडिया पाकिस्तान की वॉर की जो रिडंडेंट हो गए बिकॉज ऑफ बीइंग मेडिकली अनफिट, उनको रिहेबिलिटेट करने के लिए ये संस्था बनी. दिस इज़ द इंटेंशन, एंड योर इंटेंशन डिसाइड्स योर डेस्टिनी. इंटेंशन था लोगों को पुनर्निवास रिहेबिलिटेट करना, और डेस्टिनी इज़ कि आज एक गैराज से 14 लोगों से शुरू होकर कंपनी आज 14,000 करोड़ का एक 3 लाख लोगों का परिवार. ऐसे ही नहीं बनता.
So security is predominantly a male-dominated industry. Facility still has larger women workplace. We have 30% workplace in the facility industries. There are our percentage of women is smaller compared to men in the company, but women at SIS are empowered, feel that they can go and achieve what they want. There are no opportunities that they will miss because they are women. they can dream and achieve what they want. They have the complete support of the organization structure for that. A Great Place to Work has continuously recognized as one of the best workplace for women, and this is achievement comes from the votes that the women employees in this company have given. I remember running respect campaign about 4 years back, because we don't teach just posh and equality, we teach respect, and that again is a part of our culture, where we say that women are to be respected apart from being valued. So, I think our family culture and our respect for women is what differentiates us. At women are in very good roles in the company, and they continue to succeed and strive for themselves, which speaks a volume about what it means to be a woman here. It is very empowering, and definitely you bring the talent to the table and you can be very distinguishing. What I love is that we have a shared camaraderie and shared space of professional space. We are definitely an equal opportunity employer. As I said, you just have to bring your talent to the table and the opportunity is yours. We are a growing organization and we need everybody to innovate and re-innovate themselves. So, as long as you do that, you have a space on the table and your voice is heard. I think that is what distinguishes a great workplace, and that we are at SIS. So, what differentiates SIS, I believe, is the founder mentality, the encouraging of the entrepreneurial spirit, the shared values, the family culture. Every person has a space to think, innovate and grow, and this is something that has also got us continuously recognitions. A Great Place to Work, for instance, has been we have been ranked in the top 20 continuously. We got ranked 4th last time, and now we are ranked 15th. We also been recognized one of the best workplaces for women. We also got recognized one of the nation builders in the country with the amount of employment that we create in the country. I mean, that's a very fair recognition. We have also been recognized as leaders for showcasing leadership in crisis during the COVID pandemic. We also got recognized for innovation. All of this recognition comes from what our employees think of us as an organization and their feedback.
The interaction with various faculties who have varied experiences give them an insight for the various departments in which they will be actually working into, initially with the operation, then into business management. Though most of the people are not a MBA cadre people, but they are able to manage business in crores, and it is all due to their dedication and their confidence that they can do it, and it seems nothing is impossible for them, and that's how people have taken it into themselves, that they can do any kind of activities that is assigned to them without any fear of failure, and that makes us unique.
हमारा जो कल्चर को लोग पीपल ऑफन misunderstood it as कि ये कल्चर क्या है. कल्चर इज बेसिकली इट इज परफॉर्मिंग फैमिली कल्चर, बिकॉज एक परिवार में whosoever is there, each one has to contribute. अगर परिवार को ग्रो कराना है, परिवार का अगर को प्रॉस्पेरिटी, अगर किसी भी परिवार में समृद्धता अगर लानी है, तो हर एक को कंट्रीब्यूट. दैट इज़ वाई कि हम उसको फैमिली कल्चर में परफॉर्मिंग, एवरीवन हैज़ टू कंट्रीब्यूट, एवरीवन हैज़ टू कंट्रीब्यूट एंड everybody has to be recognized and everybody has to be taken care of. Guards, जिसकी वजह से आज हम एयर कंडीशन ऑफिस में बैठते हैं, वो अपने बच्चे को शायद इतने मेहनत वाले जॉब में नहीं जाने को इच्छा रखता है. वो अपने बच्चे को, अगर उसका बच्चा पढ़ना चाहता है, अगर उसका बच्चा पढ़ने में ठीक है, तो SIS का ही एक रेजिडेंशियल, फुल्ली रेजिडेंशियल स्कूल जो कि देहरादून में इंडियन पब्लिक स्कूल में, वहाँ पे पढ़ा सकता है. वहाँ उसको शायद किसी भी स्कूल में जो फ़ी है उसका एक बहुत नॉमिनल खर्चा उसको आता है, लेकिन वहाँ पे जाने के बाद उस बच्चे को जो एनवायरनमेंट मिलता है वो किसी भी रेजिडेंशियल स्कूल में, कि अगर उसको पॉटरी में इंटरेस्ट है, अगर उसको हॉर्स राइडिंग में इंटरेस्ट है, अगर उसको क्रिकेट खेलने में इंटरेस्ट है, उसको अगर साइंस फिक्शन में इंटरेस्ट है, उस स्कूल में वो अपने आप को डेवलप करके वो अपना करियर ऑप्शन जो चाहता है वो सिलेक्ट कर सकता है. गार्ड्स को एक सीमित आय होती है, सीमित आय के साथ बाहर वालों से पैसा नहीं लेना पड़े ज़रूरत पे, तो SIS एम्प्लॉयज़ वेलफेयर एक्टिविटी चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट है कि जहाँ पे एम्प्लॉयज़ को उनकी ज़रूरत पे फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंस इन टर्म्स ऑफ लोन या ग्रांट कंपनी प्रोवाइड करती है? अदर देन स्टैट्यूटरी बेनिफिट्स, व्हाट इफ समथिंग एडवर्स हैपन्स, सो उनके लिए एक प्रोटेक्शन इन टर्म्स ऑफ इंश्योरेंस कंपनी रखती है। और मैंने सुना था कि बहुत सारी कंपनीज अपने गार्ड की डेथ होने के बाद सबसे पहला काम करती है उसका बेल्ट निकाल लो, बैज निकाल लो, ताकि मेरे से उसका मतलब मेरी कंपनी से उसका क्या रिश्ता है ये पता नहीं चले, मेरे ऊपर लायबिलिटी नहीं बननी चाहिए। यहाँ पे पहला काम होता है कि पहले उसके लास्ट राइट में जो भी बिजनेस हेड है वो रहेगा, उसका पूरा सम्मान होना चाहिए। ये सेंसिटिविटी का एक, इससे बड़ा क्या एग्जाम्पल हो सकता है? सो यस, ऑल दीज थिंग्स मेक SIS डिफरेंट फ्रॉम अदर्स, एंड दैट इज़ वाई मैं इस चीज़ में बहुत स्ट्रांगली बिलीव करता हूँ, जो मैं इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के ज़रिए सीखा भी हूँ, कि इफ़ योर इंटेंशंस आर राइट, आपकी डेस्टिनी अच्छी होने वाली है। नॉट ओनली फॉर एम्प्लॉयज़, नॉट ओनली फॉर देयर वार्ड्स, एक सोसाइटी, एक देश। तो अगर हमको उनके लिए भी कुछ करने का मौका मिलता है, बहुत कंपनी हेल्प करती है बहुत से स्पोर्ट्समैन को जो खेलना चाहते हैं लेकिन साधन का अभाव है, कंपनी उनको प्रमोट करती है। पटना में हम अवसर करके एक हमारा ट्रस्ट है, पे हम फाइनेंशियली वीकर सेक्शंस के बच्चों को ट्रेन करते हैं इंजीनियरिंग एग्जामिनेशन को क्रैक करने तैयार। एनीथिंग टू एवरीथिंग इज़ बीइंग बोर्न बाय SIS, और 100% ट्रैक है उन बच्चों का कि वो IIT और NIT जैसे इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में। So this is how we contribute to, and I really feel privileged to be associated with this family, and I am nowhere hesitant to say कि yes, this is my identity. Females को irrespective of the designation role she holds, एज का बात होता है तो हम लोग नाम से बुला लेते हैं, बट येस, ट्रेंड अभी भी मैडम का है, और परफॉर्मेंस ग्राउंड पे कंपनी टॉलरेट कर भी लेती है, बट फीमेल एम्प्लॉय के साथ अगर आपको बिहेव करना नहीं आता, या आपके किसी बिहेवियर का फीमेल को लगता है कि मेरी डिग्निटी को ध्यान में नहीं रखा गया, तो कंपनी ऐसे केसेस में कोई कंसिडरेशन नहीं करती। तो बेटर है कि उसको समझा दिया जाता है कि बॉस, दिस इज़ नॉट द राइट प्लेस फॉर यू टू बी एसोसिएटेड, बेटर यू फाइंड समथिंग एल्स। और उसके लिए यस, प्रिवेंशन ऑन सेक्सुअल हारासमेंट एक्ट है जिससे हम अबाइड बाई हैं, लेकिन उससे हमारा कल्चर का ये पार्ट है कि इफ़ यू डोंट नो हाउ टू बिहेव विद फीमेल, तो दिस प्लेस इज़ नॉट द राइट प्लेस फॉर यू।
So there are so many things. I can talk about it the whole day. One is our performing family culture, which is very, very distinctive, right? If you need any kind of a help or support, it's not just your own team. The entire workforce is there standing with you. And I have been personally through a lot of testing experiences, particularly during the COVID time, wherein someone was there to support me at a phone call. And I can proudly say, after working with 25 years with various other companies, not many other companies can boast about this. So that is a very, very unique thing. Second, extremely remarkable thing about the SIS is its leadership, which believes in walking, walk the talk. The leaders do not just convey messages, they lead by example. And there is no better example than our Group MD, Mr. Rahul Sinha, and Group CEO, Mr. Dheeraj Singh sir. Whether it was COVID times, recovery of economy, or any other phase we have been, in the recent times too, the leaders have stood up to it and they have led the way. They have shown the people, shown us, that how things are to be done on the ground, not just sitting in office. Obviously, there are a lot of employee benefits, which we continue to develop and continue to offer to our employees. A lot of focus on their self-development and growth. The end result of all this is that we have a great, significantly higher employee retention rate compared to many other competitors of ours and many other big size companies. And not to forget, it's this overall package, basis which, a lot of our people, even if when they go, they come back to us. So that's what, really stands out this company, that even if it is working in multiple and diversified sectors, it is still one large conglomerate, which works together in the times of need. That's what makes this company very unique and a great place to work.
I think the strength of our HR practice that it is real time. HR practice are nurtured basis the need of the organization at this point in time. Also, we look at what's happening in the market, how our competitive edge should be maintained by the HR practices. We are led by definitely a visionary and inspiring leadership of GMD Mr. Rahul Sinha, who gives us the thought and direction, and of course Mr. Dheeraj Singh, our CEO and also a CHRO, actually mentors all of us in the GHR committee and guides us. What I love is that he guides us to it. He guides us to find the solution, put things in place. That's very, I would say, very magnanimous, or takes a lot for a leader to do it, to trust his team to come up with the solutions and actions and be patient about it. That's something that we look up to and learn from our leaders. Their mentorship is definitely helping a very mature HR practice within the SIS group.
उस समय प्रेसिडेंट हुआ करते थे जो अभी GMD है मिस्टर ऋतुराज सर, तो इंटरव्यू टाइम स्लॉट किया हुआ था शाम में, लोगों मैंने कुछ मैनेजर ऑपरेशंस और ब्रांच हेड के इंटरव्यूज़ थे, तो 6 बज रहा था और मैं नॉर्मली 6 बजे तो ट्रेन पकड़नी होती थी कानपुर के लिए। तो इंटरव्यू था तो मैंने पता भी नहीं था और बोला भी नहीं, तो लेकिन उन्होंने पूछा कि तुम जल्दी में लग रहे हो। उन्हें हाँ सर, मेरा नॉर्मली 6:30 बजे का ट्रेन होता है और मुझे कानपुर जाना होता है। बोले क्यों, फैमिली यहाँ नहीं रहती? मैंने नहीं सर, फैमिली कानपुर में रहती है। और देन आई एक्सप्लेन क्यों कानपुर में रहती है, एंड इट वॉज एब्सोल्यूटली पर्सनल। माई वाइफ हैड सम मेडिकल इश्यूज़ और जिसकी वजह से मैं उनको कानपुर में मेरे पेरेंट्स के साथ रहती थी। अब एक प्रोमोटर भी, एक प्रेसिडेंट भी, उसको जब ये चीज़ उनको पता लगा तो ही माइट हैव डिस्कस्ड इट विद चेयरमैन। कोई ज़रूरत नहीं थी उनको इस चीज़ के डिस्कस करने का। आई वॉज जस्ट एन एम्प्लॉय, एक नया ज्वाइनिंग के कुछ दिनों के बाद रत्ना मैडम का फ़ोन आता है, गोपाल चेयरमैन आपको बुला रहे हैं। जाता हूँ, बोले कि गोपाल, उन्होंने ऋतुराज सर का नाम लेके बोला कि उन्होंने चर्चा की थी अबाउट योर वाइफ, मैं बेंगलोर जा रहा हूँ, तुम अपनी वाइफ के जो भी मेडिकल से रिलेटेड डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं वो मेरे पास लेके आओ, मैं वहाँ पे बात करूँगा। मुझे हार्डली 10 दिन 15 दिन हुआ था कंपनी में ज्वाइन किए। एकदम से एक सिहरन सा होता है कि यार, मतलब एक नया ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, एक हेड ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशन उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का लेके आओ। दिस इज़ समथिंग जो आज भी हम लोग के सिस्टम में है कि SIS मतलब किया, तो मैंने उसको समझा कि SIS मतलब सेंसिटिविटी, SIS मतलब इंटीग्रिटी और SIS मतलब स्टेबिलिटी। यही सेंसिटिविटी है जिसने लोगों को जोड़ के रखा कि देयर वाज अ टाइम जब मैंने सुना है कि लोगों को 3-3 4-4 महीने सैलरीज डिले होती थी, लेकिन स्टिल उनके कमिटमेंट में कोई कमी नहीं था, क्योंकि ये सेंसिटिविटी एक फादर अपने बच्चों को प्रोटेक्ट करके चलता है। सो कभी भी कुछ होगा तो फादर इज देयर, फादर फिगर इज देयर, आई विल बी टेकन केयर ऑफ। दैट कुड बी वन ऑफ द मेजर रीजंस व्हाई लोगों के कमिटमेंट में कभी कमी नहीं आया। और ये सेंसिटिविटी केवल एम्प्लॉयज के लिए नहीं, इंटरव्यू के दौरान नॉर्मली HR के ऊपर प्रेशर होता है कि आप हायरिंग जल्दी कंप्लीट करो, अच्छा कैंडिडेट। उस समय एक चीज़ मुझको, और ऑल्दो HR में हम लोग पढ़ते हैं एज ए स्टूडेंट कि एल्टन मोयनो ने क्या बोला या पीटर ड्रकर ने क्या बोला, गोपाल तुमको अपना रिक्रूटमेंट टारगेट या कंपनी का रिक्रूटमेंट टारगेट पूरा करने के लिए कैंडिडेट के फ्यूचर के साथ खिलवाड़ करने का ज़रूरत नहीं है। खिलवाड़ वर्ड को नहीं यूज़ किया था कि तुम अभी जल्दी में उस कैंडिडेट को ले लोगे, वो कैंडिडेट तुमको अच्छा लग रहा है, कैंडिडेट अच्छा है भी, लेकिन उसका कल्चरल फिटमेंट शायद हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में नहीं होगा, और शायद 3-4 महीने के बाद उसको लगे कि नहीं, मैं ठीक जगह पे नहीं हूँ, और उस समय हो सकता है उसके पास दूसरा अपॉर्चुनिटी भी ना हो। दिस इज सेंसिटिविटी टुवर्ड्स एक उस एप्लीकेंट के लिए जिससे आपका कोई रिश्ता नहीं है। नॉर्मली कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड में पीपल आर रुथलेस, आपने रखा और आपने नहीं समझ में, लेकिन वो पहले ही किसको रखने में इस आदमी का लॉस ज़्यादा है। ठीक है, अगर ये पोजीशन नहीं भरता तो ठीक है, वी विल वेट फॉर अनदर फ्यू वीक्स, फ्यू मंथ्स। दिस इज सेंसिटिविटी टुवर्ड्स समवन हु इज़ अननोन टू यू। इंटीग्रिटी की अगर हम बात करते हैं इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, तो यहाँ पे बिल्कुल सीधा सा कि कमिट व्हाट यू कैन एंड डिलीवर व्हाट हैज़ बीन कमिटेड। ये संस्था ने एवरी इंडिविजुअल के प्रति एक्सप्रेस किया, और ये एक अनदर रीज़न है कि वाई वी ऑल आर एसोसिएटेड विद दिस ग्रुप। सेंसिटिविटी का लेवल, इंटीग्रिटी का लेवल ऐसा कि स्टेबिलिटी मीन्स एक पोजीशन पर स्टेटस को नहीं, स्टेबिलिटी मीन्स यस यू आर हेयर सो यू आर प्रोटेक्टेड, दैट इज स्टेबिलिटी। ये जो संस्था है बनी है हमारे फाउंडर के मानसिकता, जिसको हम लोग फाउंडर मेंटालिटी बोलते हैं। वो फोकस करती है कि 3 चीज़ पे काम करो, सब लोगों के लिए। अपना समझकर काम करो, ओनरशिप माइंडसेट, हमेशा आगे बढ़ने की सोचो, चैलेंजिंग स्टेटस को, और जो लोग आपसे सीधे जुड़े हुए हैं उनका ध्यान रखो। दैट इज़ फ्रंट लाइन ऑब्सेशन। अब यही फ्रंट लाइन ऑब्सेशन है कि वी आर केटरिंग टू आवर कस्टमर, कस्टमर्स पे अस, बस कस्टमर pays us because of our people who serve them. That is the reason employee first.
See, our leadership is a very dynamic leadership. At a group level, we have the GMC, extremely well qualified, highly capable leaders who are leading the company. At a strategic functional level, there are leaders at a SBU head level who are extremely hands-on, right? And then there are functional heads like us, who are taking care of back-end operations and, supporting the teams to, do their front-end kind of a work. Now, what is different here is that obviously, this leadership is always available, always accessible. They are a hands-on leader. And as I just said, they believe in doing walk the talk. They are very, very well connected to what the ground situation is. Because our leaders travel all the time. They go and talk to the lowest rung of employees, billable employees, janitorial workforce, security staff. So they very well know what the ground reality is. And if, of course, the senior most leaders know what the ground reality is, that keeps everyone on their toes. So we are always focused, that our ground teams are working as per the needs of the customer. And it is these values, which are inculcated in them through very, very strong training, induction, onboarding program that helps us, not just do our work, but also beat the competition. SIS has, values in the form of TOPS. So these are the values, which always keeps us oriented. And there are regular sessions that we do to keep people under check. And it's not just these values which are there posted on the, posters. We encourage, behaviors within our billing and non-billing team, to demonstrate these values at work, and they are showing results. So I think the leadership and values is a cornerstone of what the company is all about.
As we grow, as we continue to grow larger, and we realize that foundational talent is very critical. Our JMT and MT programs are something that we will continue to focus on. We are this year doing about across the group about 100 MTs to bring in sales talent. Similarly, DTSS will be doing around 80 to 100 JMTs to build the foundational talent within the company. Apart from doing the foundation talents in the MDP, what we also focus to do is for the senior talent is also give specific competencies. At the MDP program, our senior folks have gone through residential trainings at IIM or sometimes virtually through Wharton. These are all programs that is meant to give them an exposure that is beyond the industry and actually beyond the geography as well, I would say. We are also this year our focus has been on generative AI learning, and we have been trying to get those learning to our people. We understand while we are still a mostly services organization, not really a technology organization, but we have never been behind in our technology initiatives. If you look at a company, I tell most of my colleagues that just as we are a services company, we are also a technology company, because every entity within the group keeps developing solutions, technological solutions. Like I spoke about Mitra and Onboard, we have Comply Pro, then we have machine scanning. So we have different solutions within the company, which is all internally developed. Our current focus is on generative AI learning. So how people can use a lot of the AI tools that's available in the market to become more productive and smarter. We are working with multiple partners to bring those learning to our people. We have just started with small batches for sales and HR, and we will be taking it across to the larger organization. We want the company, all our people to be smart in terms of using the latest tools and solutions. We are also looking at generative AI solutions. For instance, in HR, we are looking at a solution for the hiring. We are onboarding something for the hiring, which is AI driven. We will continue to build those AI driven components across our work processes in HR as well. So I think as we look forward, we are in a market that's growing. and we have matured our practices, and we are continuing to grow and find solutions that can be much smarter and intelligent and to make us better version as a company. So, I think we have it all in making to be the best and the bestest, and we should all believe in that and continue to make SIS great.
We also are expanding in different fields with diversification into IT and IT related solutions which SIS now provides, the electronic security and all. This requires some good talent who can help in development and establishing good customer relations, and that's how I feel that background, having a liking for uniform services, that is important, because initially they have to wear uniform, and that brings that pride must be there in them to sustain the rigors of the industry.
As an HR student, as an HR professional, I got opportunity with this organization ki security services, then technology, then facility management, cash में भी सीखने का, प्रोसेसेस सीखने का अपॉर्चुनिटी मिला. और द बेस्ट पार्ट इज़ ये ट्रस्ट हमेशा था कि और भी लोग आए, और भी लोग जुड़े. एवरीबडी फाउंड प्लेस फॉर देमसेल्फ. सो यू लर्न, यू ग्रो, एंड दोज हु जॉइंड विद यू, कभी ये डर नहीं कंपनी ने होने दिया कि बाकी लोग आएंगे तो मेरा क्या होगा. बाकी लोग आएंगे, सबका प्लेस है, मैं हूँ, मैंने अगर कंट्रीब्यूट किया, मेरा भी प्लेस. एंड दिस बिकम्स एप्लीकेबल टू ईच एंड एवरी इंडिविजुअल हु वर्क्स हियर. थैंक यू.
So the times ahead would look really, really exciting. Obviously, we anticipate certain challenges, from the market, from the competition too. But then I think SIS has been through a lot of journey, a lot of exciting journey in the last 50 years since the time it has got established. So there is a lot of learning that we have. We know how to conduct business well enough. We know what the customer expectations are, and we know how to beat them. SIS is a number-driven, fact-driven company, so we obviously have a lot of strong numbers and data, behind our decisions. That gives us a very, very strong edge, and most importantly, spread over so many cities, so many districts, more than, 300 branches. The kind of capability that we have to leverage and, spread ourselves. We can go to the extreme corners of the country and be available for the customer. That is what is very, very unique about SIS as a group. So, if the customer requires us to scale up and, offer various kinds of services which are on the platter now, we are offering very, very diversified solutions and services as a part of a portfolio. SIS no more is just like a manpower company. It has evolved now into a solution services company, though we still have miles to go ahead. But then I think the kind of services that we can offer to a customer, so we are obviously a one-stop shop and one obvious choice for a customer to consider us. It will be very difficult for customer, to negate us for any reason, because we are a commercially competitive company as well. So I think there are a lot of advantages, that we offer to the customer, and thus we become their obvious choice, which gives us a very, very big edge and, very big push, to do well for ourselves in the next 5 years. Technology, a game changer. Okay, and technology is always evolving. It was 8 years back that our first major adoption of technology in HR came in when we started implementing Zing. This was mostly for the non-billing workforce, and now Zing as an HRMS is working very well since last 8 years. Other than that, there are various other technology platforms that we embarked upon. M-Trainer, which is, a technology-based learning and development tool that was there. Then we moved on to other technology platforms, whether it was IOPS in security. What we have done here is that we have also automated our attendance through an internal home developed tool, which is now a state-of-an-art tool, which is called MySIS, and a version of MySIS is also MySMC, which is running in other FM companies now. This tool enables automation of attendance. This tool enables invoicing automation and then quicker collections and better cash flow. So, this is a tool which is meant for attendance, but then it is obviously adding to the operations efficiency also and the bottom line of the company also. So the point is that there is a tool which HR has developed for the workforce. It has an impact on the bottom line of the company, and I think all the teams are very, very excited to work about this tool. There are other very significant investments that we have made in technology. We are recently we have just started transitioning from our manual recruitment process to an AI supported recruitment tool which is called CFL. CFL is a state of an art AI driven tool which automates the entire recruitment process up to a very, very large extent. So there is hardly any manual intervention. It enables us to improve the efficiency of the entire recruitment function and recruiters in particular. That is one tool. There are other FM related, there are other FM related tools that we are also working upon. FM companies are working on FM Ops implementation, iPorter implementation. Now, these are the tools, which work very well with the kind of solution and services we go out to our customers to. So one thing we need to understand, that the customer today is, while they are looking at the manpower, with the manpower, they need a solutioning and a technology approach. So they are looking at a complete package. It's not about, that going to the customer and selling them manpower anymore. They are looking at a solution which will solve a problem with them, but also supported by a technology tool and a platform. So there are many, many tools, that SIS is currently working upon. Not to forget, a lot of tools and technology related investments, which Group MD announced, in the recent annual conference, which we are doing in the business operations too. A lot of robotics, lot of AI driven tool, lot of machine learning tools and technologies, lots of automation. I think another 1 year or so, there would hardly be a part of SIS, which would not be automated, and the staff will not be equipped, to work with this automation and technology. So the next 5 years, while there is a plan laid out for the next 5 years, I think the next 1 or 2 years, there is going to be a lot of focus and, attention given to the technology tool, automation throughout the company, whether it is business or the backend. There are no enough words, that can describe this great journey. This was our chairman's vision. I mean, a small seed that he planted has grown into a banyan tree now. We all know, the kind of journey SI has been through, and we are so very proud of it. Right? Starting with a very small, setup 50 years back, wherein there was no financial support at that time, which we have been told, but it was just one man's grit, determination, and vision, which is our respected chairman, sir. And, it was his determination, that we have now grown into such a large enterprise, right? We are an industry leader now, right? And what we have been able to achieve in these 50 years, I mean, employing more than lakhs and lakhs of people, supporting their families too, contributing to the economy of the country, becoming such a big brand name, such a big market leader. We are now in a position, wherein we shape the industry. And while it is 50 years and we are so very proud of it, I think we are not even halfway done, to what all we can achieve. I think we still have miles to go ahead. And I think with such competent leadership and such loyal and committed workforce, there is obviously going to be no stopping SIS, to cover next 100, 200 years successfully also.
So different level of knowledge was being given. So that, brings a lot of confidence that if you are going in any field, so what you have to do exactly, that gives a confidence.